I had the most viewed video in Madden 26 going over the Jaguars offense, which was the best offense in the game. So I knew I had to come to Madden 27 with some heat. So I got the Saints offense. Let's break it down. All right, fellas, hopping into practice mode. Saints offensive breakdown here. If you just scroll through these formations, this offense is nutty. We got the new formation doubles clamp stack. It's in a bunch of playbooks, but this one has a full loadout. We got bunch tight end weak, which is really good. One of the top offenses from last year. It's very good once again. We got cluster halfback strong, which is solid once again. It was good last year. Y off trips nasty. We got RPO reY flat. Y off trail close is very, very good. This playbook's kind of like Jags from last year. Trips tight end flex. I mean, we just got it all. Our doubles flex Y off close too. I mean, the playbook's just crazy. The first formation we're going to go over is doubles clamp stack. The first play is going to be Texas Y stutter wheel, and setup number one is just going to be our universal setup. We're going to put triangle on a streak and R1 on a flat. This play really puts a lot of pressure on the defense. We got high lows over the middle. We have the wheel route from the tight end, and a flat from our running back. And then we have a streak from triangle that's going to be able to be pass led against man. So we kind of have everything on this one play. This play is actually really, really versatile, because you can set up coverage beaters for every single coverage out of this one play. But this is just our base setup. We're going to run against any coverage, really. If I'm not sure what coverage they're in, this is what I'm going to come out in. And then once I can figure out their tendencies, then we'll kind of set up our actual coverage beaters. The first beater we're going to go over is our cover 2 and cover 3 beater. They're actually exactly the same, which is awesome. So what we're going to do is put square on a corner, triangle on a streak, circle on a streak, and put R1 on a flat. This is against cover 2 right here, and we're going to have our tight end wide open down the sideline. It's very important that we line up our tight end on the short side of the field. Lining him up on the short side of the field is what is going to cause this to happen. If he's on the wide side, for whatever reason, that wide side corner just plays a lot better against cover 2 and cover 3. Like I said, this is cover 2. That tight end is going to be open every single time. You can also throw these streaks against cover 2. The tight end's a little safer depending on if they have conservative zones or aggressive zones. Those streaks may get played, so we're just really looking to throw that tight end down the sideline. Next, we're going to look at a cover 3. This is a cover 3 sky. It actually works against any type of cover 3 though. So we're either going to have one of our streaks, which right there we kind of had circle with a pass lead inside, or we're going to have our tight end down the sideline once again. The flat is still very important. We're trying to pull that zone down, so we still have to have that flat. Joe Milton is not doing a good job right now, but we still have to have that running back flat to pull down zones, to get our deeper stuff open. There we get our wheel. Let's see if we can throw one of these streaks. Like I said, this it's the same exact setup for cover 2 or cover 3, which is really nice. Don't have to remember another setup, nor do you have to like, if you're not sure if it's cover 2 or cover 3, this works against either one, so you don't have to, guess as much. We're also going to have a cover 4 match beater out of this play. So what we're going to do is motion square to the right side, and then we're going to stem up circle 2 times. And you'll see our tight end is going to get wide open for an easy one-play touchdown. Any kind of cover 4 match. This will also work on the cover 4 side of a cover 6. We just got to know what side that is. And you can tell that by how the corners line up. If the corner is pressed, then that's or closer to the line of scrimmage, that's going to be the cover 2 side. If he is backed off, that's going to be the cover 4 side. The next play we're going over is return bench. Return bench is good against man. It's also good against zone. Just kind of a good universal play. We're going to put square on a drag, X on a streak, circle on a slot fade, and R1 on a flat. And we're going to look for the drag first. Then we're going to look at our running back flat, and then we'll look at our post. You do have the deep threats of the streak and the slot fade, but mostly, especially against man, we're going to be looking for that post. That post does a really good job against man, I guess because it has multiple cuts. Something else nice about that post is you can stem it up or down. So if I stem it all the way down, it's going to hit super fast. That got bagged. Maxwell Hairston is very fast. Like I said, you still got the drag. You could burn on the deep routes. This is just a good overall play. And I like I said, I really like it against man. The next play we're going to go over is motion shuffle vert smash. This play is really good against everything. Probably the second best play in the formation. How we're going to set this up, we're going to put square on an in, triangle on a streak, circle on a flat, and R1 on a streak. So you got high lows, you got a seam streak, you got a running back streak. It's just a very good overall play. We get our in route there, it's wide open. You just got to make a read. That's really, like, this year the defense is good, so you know you got to be quick with your reads. You got to be smart with the spacing you put on the field. Got to be smart with the routes you put out there, that kind of thing. This play kind of makes it simple, because like I said, the spacing is very, very good. Like, all my reads are clear. I got my streaks, I got my high low over the middle. I'm almost never going to throw that flat out there. That's just a clear out for the streak. But everything else is kind of all, the spacing is good, but it's all kind of in the same, like, your eyes don't have to work very much. The next setup is going to be good against man coverage. If I know I have man, I'm just going to put square on a streak. And especially in like 6-1 or mid blitz, anything where your opponent is using the guy that is supposed to be guarding the running back, this play is going to cause them hell. Because when this running back goes in motion, it's going to switch. The guy may end up on the tight end and the guy may end up on the running back. So the tight end is going to end up wide open because the guy using is not going to know that his assignment switched. And then on top of that, if he does notice, this running back streak or this running back wheel can just burn deep. We have our posts over the middle and we have a return route. So we have a lot of options, even if the little gimmicky thing doesn't work. The next play is going to be motion flood halfback sneak. This is going to be like motion mesh rail out of gun wide off show close. All we're going to do is put circle on a streak and X on a post. We got our halfback sneak route, which obviously is very, very good. We've got the motion wheel. We got the tight end post that can burn man. And then we've got our drag over the middle. And our streak from circle. So just a lot of good routes that kind of work well together. You can kind of freestyle out of this too. X is good on a drag. Circle is even fine on his corner route that he's on. So you just have a lot of options with this play. But as just a one setup, you know, quick snap, if it lets me snap, it's just a very good play. Very hard for your opponents to stop. Better against zone than man though. I wouldn't necessarily run this if I was expecting them to be in man, but definitely against any kind of zone, this is going to be really hard to stop. The next play is going to be flood seam. This play is very good. It kind of has like a stock reverse slot fade that is very, very good. So all we're going to do is put X on an in, and you'll see that reverse slot fade gets in a beautiful spot in the zone. It's just like if you know, because they took out where if I flip my play on like a auto motion, there's no way to get a reverse slot fade manually. But this play has it built in, which is great. And then, like I said, you're going to get an easy high low with that in route. You got a running back flat on the right side, and then you've got 2 slot fades. So you just got a lot of options on this play. It's very good against zone. Like I said, I really would not run it against man. That's a cover 2 right there. I wouldn't run this against man per se, but definitely any kind of zone. The last play we're going to go over is spot choice. I really like this play, short yardage, and even red zone. I really like this play. We're going to put triangle on a post and a square on a dig. We got a bunch of high lows on the right. This is man, so our post is going to get kind of open. It's kind of like a man free. But against man, we're looking at our post, our tight end corner, and our dig, and then everything is good against zone. This is like a match coverage. But you'll see if we get some zone, that the circle route is going to get wide open. He just kind of sits in a really nice spot. I didn't green it, but he sits in a really nice spot. There's just a lot over there that really stresses zones. And then you've got your backside dig and post. So just a lot coming at your opponent at one time. The next formation we're going to go over is gun bunch tight end weak. This formation is really good in college football. It was really good in Madden 26, and that's not different for Madden 27. We actually only have one pass play out of this, but it's going to have, I think, 3 different setups. So the first setup, we're going to motion out the running back. We're going to put a square on a corner and stem him all the way down, triangle on a slot fade, circle on a curl, and we can stem him up or down or just leave him. Doesn't really matter. But we can kind of put him anywhere, just where we want. And the first read is going to be the running back. This is man. So we're not going to really like this play against man. Against any kind of zone, this play is going to do a really good job. It's going to really stress, like, look at the overload that we have on the left side of the field. There's just not enough zones to cover everything. So we're able to throw that running back route for 20 yards very easily. If they play hard flats, then when we motion the running back out, let's just say they played hard flats here, we're able to throw our corner route. They didn't even play hard flats, and the corner route was open. So that side of the field is just very stressed. We also have our slot fade and our curl, as well as a backside drag. You see that curl, that vert hook's not going to be able to play the curl because it's got a drag, it's got a corner route, it's got a running back flat route. So there's just a lot on one side of the field. For the next play, we're going to motion out the running back once again. We're going to put square on a return. We're going to put triangle on a streak. We're going to put circle on a corner and stem him all the way down. And then we're going to put our tight end on a drag. Once again, we're going to read our running back first. If he's open, we take that. But this play is a lot, very, very good against zone. You see, we destroy that zone. I'm not even sure what that was, but it wasn't good. That play is very good. There's just a lot of underneath stuff that's going to make it really hard on your opponent. For our last setup, we're going to go square on a zig, triangle on a post, circle on a drag, and then X on a streak. This is just, there's actually a play that has this setup stock in gun bunch this year. It's just very good. Good against zone. I wouldn't necessarily run bunch tight end weak if I was expecting man. I'd be in doubles. But against zone, I mean, it's just, you're really going to make it tough on your opponent. And this play is no different. Got our high lows over the middle. Got the tight end streak. And we also have our running back flat. Next, we're going to go over Y off trio close. I think Y off trio close is one of the more underrated formations this year once again. I thought it was really underused last year, and this year it's just as good. The first play is going to be empty motion Salem. What we're going to do is put square on a streak, triangle on a corner, and send them all the way down, X on a drag, and R1 on a return. Good against zone, solid against man. That corner route's very good from that running back. He doesn't even have good route running, but just the spot that he's in, he can't be pressed. If you look at how he's lined up, he's almost in the backfield. He's not able to be pressed in any kind of way, and it makes it tough. This is man once again. The corner route's open, the return is open. So just a lot to kind of guard on this play. Anytime you're able to go empty, if you can block the blitz, you're going to have an advantage. And this play is just very good with the alignment. Next, we'll go over flood. Flood is good once again. Last year it was one of my favorite plays out of the formation. This year's same thing. For our first setup, we're going to go square on a return and R1 on a streak. This is going to give us an option to block our running back and still be able to beat most coverages that we see. Obviously, we're not going to be able to overload one side like we kind of like to, but the spacing is just so good on this with our out route and our zig route paired with the streak, and then our return route on the left side that's able to get open late right in that area. We just have a lot of options that are very, very good. All right, so our next setup is just going to be R1 on a streak. Something nice about these is they're just quick snap plays. You can just line up one hot route, snap the ball, maybe two hot routes, snap the ball. But this is going to have, it's going to be similar to the last setup. We just don't have the clear out streak. And then we also have the dig over the middle. That dig is very good. He's going to take an inside release. So he's going to get to his cut just a little quicker because he's not moving as vertically up the field, which is going to help us against man, as well as we're going to be able to get the ball out a little quicker because he's going to get in between the zones quicker. The last setup for flood is going to be square on a return, X on a drag, and Y on a streak. Not Y, triangle on a streak. Similar to the last setup. It's kind of like a combination of the last two, except we are sending 5 out this time instead of blocking our running back, which is, well, I didn't put him on a streak right there. But that's going to give us a advantage in the secondary, which is good. Our last play for gun Y off trail close is going to be motion mesh rail. Similar setup to what we had before. We're going to have square on a streak, X on a drag, R1 on a post. Then we can block our running back if we want to, or we just leave him on his wheel. Either one, I'll block him here though. This looks like a man look. No, it's zone. We're overloading the left side once again. That's a trend with any offense that I run. I want to overload one side of the field, make your zones work, because if I send 4 guys over to the left side and you only have 3 defenders, that's going to put me at an advantage, which is it's what we're looking for. And this play does a good job of that. Everything's kind of moving to the left. And then if we keep our wheel, we also have a threat to the right. The wheel is obviously going to be good against man coverage. They just kind of take bad angles on it. But like I said, against zone, we're going to have high lows over the middle. And then we've got the streak and the motion wheel combo that is going to be tough down the field. Next, we'll go over a couple plays from doubles flex Y off close. This is flood H post. For this, we're going to put square on a comeback, X on a drag, circle on a streak, and R1 on Texas. High lows over the middle. Comebacks are really good this year. Against man, you just can't stop it. It's just not possible. And obviously man is the meta this year. Here we got our drag. And like I said, high lows over the middle, comeback on the left, and then our seam streak on the right. Just throwing a lot over the middle, stresses the user. And then we've got sideline, a sideline threat on the left, and the streak for our vertical threat. The next play is going to be motion angle Y wheel. This play is going to be any kind of cover 3. What we're going to do is put square on a comeback, triangle on a post, and then block our running back. And you'll see circle is going to get wide open as long as we get time. Yep, wide open touchdown. This play's been a 1-play touchdown for like 3 or 4 years against any kind of cover 3. Next, we're going to have PA snag. PA snag is good to get play action blocking. And then you also get 2 short posts that you can use. We're going to put triangle on a streak, X on a drag, and circle on a return. Got our drag here, got our return, probably had our post if we pass lead it down. Just a lot over the middle of the field. Love to attack the middle of the field. Those throws are much easier. And like I said, this play, we get our play action, the play action blocking. That's a little match coverage. He drops it, but we're getting open. So yeah, this play is just good. We also, like I said, have 2 short posts. If it's man, I'd probably leave both of those posts just because the shorter one is going to get it out a little quicker in case they blitz. And then obviously the second one is going to be able um, to beat man as well. They're both super sharp cutting posts. So this play is very good play. The last play we're going to go over in double flex while up close is Y sail. Quickest, easiest setup, just triangle on a drag, snap the ball, running back flat, drag. They work very well together. Just the spacing and the timing works well together. You've also got a super deep corner route from your tight end that's going to make it tough because of your fade route from circle. And then we also have a backside dig that's going to be able to get open over the middle. All right, boys, that's going to do it for the video. Make sure you check out the description down below to get our written setups from the Google Doc. Let me know what offense you guys want to see next. I'm going to keep dropping bangers for you guys. Just let me know. That's been your boy. I'm out. See y'all.